My question for this video is, why do we make the wrong people famous? Yeah, in a sense of like, I get it. Most people are interested in shock value and not interested in value, which people actually possess. Yeah. And I always just try and wonder to myself, what is it about these people? Are they always willing to do something that you and I are not willing to do? But because they're willing to do that, are they always going to be famous and popular? Because I've seen so many people become popular, people have eyes on them, and you don't really know who that person is, really. You find something which comes out on them later, and you say, wow, I didn't believe that person would do that, but you don't know them. But if you listen to a lot of these people on these podcasts, generally chatting shit, chatting shit about their life, chatting nonsense. And for people who are intelligent, yeah, you can see straight through all this nonsense. You can see that you're trying to say that you're PR trained and you're a person that understands how to conduct themselves during these types of settings, which is like a podcast or an interview where you're doing something live online. And someone needs to be held like accountable for these types of people, because these people are starting to turn into role models. And if someone's a role model, yeah, they're now teaching the younger generation what to be like. So to be like a fool, to be playing games and like acting the arse all the time is going to get you popular. It's going to get you views. Or even if you're on TikTok and you eat your food in a funny way, like it's going to get you blowing up just for a season. But that season can make you like 10 grand. I get it. People want to have fame and have some type of money and have some type of blue tick next to them and have this type of longevity. Oh, I made a bit of money by doing this or doing that. My thing is just that the influence what it has on all of the other people is way more damaging. And when we find out who these people are, yeah, you think to yourself, well, who fucking nominated this person? We all did. We all did secretly, because nobody called people out on their way up for doing the shit what they were doing. Like, when you look at like the content creating industry, yeah, growth is very important. Shock value allows people to see people and gives them the illusion that they need to start following or be aware of these types of people. And for me, I like to say I live in the real world. I like to say that I take people on face value and try to add up the things what they're doing to see if it really does add up on the back end. I know a lot of people don't really care about that, because they might say to themselves, oh, I'm reading a bit too into it. Nah, but fuck it. If you're going to spend your time invested in like talking and listening to people, you want to make sure you're listening to the right source. And to listen to the right source, you need to get your research done for yourself, so you understand what you're coming to the table with. You know, if somebody tells you that, oh, yeah, I started flipping houses when I was 18 and I was doing this and I was doing that, you think to yourself, what was you fucking doing when you was 18? You wasn't doing that. This sounds like a story which you've made up for this show today, you know, which is, it's entertaining, isn't it? And I get it. Some of it is social, but you got a lot of people that read more in between the lines, like the younger generation, and take all this shit for gospel. I remember when I was working with someone and he said to me, I like you, man. Like, you stand up for yourself. You don't have shit. You're a bit like Andrew Tate and all that. And I was like, Andrew Tate? No, nothing like a guy from Luton. That's stupid. But I have the same mindset. He's just been through different stuff. I'm a person who's not gonna be trampled over in society when I'm out and about. No, I'm gonna treat people with respect, and I would like people to treat me with respect. And if they don't, they're gonna find out. That's how it goes with myself. But when he said that to me, I said to myself, wow, you really look at these figures and think how they are on an interview or how you've seen them on their course is how they are every day. That's not the truth. But I guess it takes time for people to open their eyes and start to like realize that, you know, like that's not the way of life. You know, people don't operate like that. Yeah, there are one or two individuals that are ruthless to the core and they say what they mean, but I guarantee you one thing, they're definitely not on the internet showing their face, because that's dumb. That's hella dumb. What there is on the internet is there is a lot of fake people who put out an image of themselves which is not the truth. You know, like some people, they might not be super confident, they might be shy people really, but when they're on their own, when they're in front of their camera, they do their thing, they put on a show, which is understandable, because to not be upbeat about what you're fucking doing in life, yeah, doesn't let anybody want to get involved in it. You know, so they've got to attract attention somehow, and however they attract it, it's their business. But what it does to the young minds who are not even built yet, yeah, is it fucks them up. It lets them have this this mindset to say like, oh, I can do that what that person's doing. You can't, because they don't really do that. They just do this, so it builds them a fan base. And a lot of people don't realize that. I think it's a game. It is definitely a game, but it's a game which is being played on one side. The one side is people manipulating others and showing them a way which they don't really do that. Like I said, if you sit back and you listen to a few podcasts of people talking, and it might just be them talking about their life or experiences and stuff like that, and you just stop it for a minute and don't let it keep on going like a conversation, and you search what they're saying, it might come up wrong, you know? And then what do you say to yourself? Oh, I'm listening to this person chatting shit. Yes, you are. Sometimes it might just be content, sometimes it might be background noise. But I stopped spending my time listening to people chat who I just didn't know, because again, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not unless I'm invested in the character you are or I know about the person you are. More times out of 10, it's going to be someone who I've not seen before or something like that, or it sounds like it's interesting. So I'm going to take a little time out. I'm going to take things with a pinch of salt, but I'm not going to take things to heart and make them be gospel and be like, yeah, that's it. But like I said, with the correlating people together, as in like, oh, because I'm a person that stands up for myself, I have a bit of a style which is like Andrew Tate. I'm like, nah, man, I don't. I have a style of I'm not having it. Not talking to me like that. We're being respectful of each other when we're in each other's presence. Again, I never tried to be rude to that person, but I did tell that person that you got to fix up a few times. And maybe he has heard that from Andrew Tate. I don't know. But he did tell me that he was on his course, which was, that was even more kind of like worrying for me, because I thought, you're getting your mentorship from someone who you don't really know and who you've never really met, and you're not going to meet that person. You might go on a Zoom call with them and have to be quiet, but you're not going to meet them or speak to them, you know? And it's interesting to know that people, males and some females probably, they search for validation from these people. Again, these people don't really know you, innit? And it is more about money with these people and power than it is, and clout as well. We have to talk about clout, yeah? Let's talk about clout for a minute, yeah? Because I like that one. I like when that word started to pop up. Social media clout and clout in life definitely will open some doors for you. People will respect you a little bit more because they realize that you're fucking someone. It's the truth. Well, in 2025, there's nothing that no one needs to lie about. You know, like people have got free meals from having certain amount of followers online and preferential treatment, because people know that if I make a post about you tonight, blow your fucking business out the water. I'll tell them that there was rats running around and everything. This is the power which people have over others. Some obviously don't use it in that type of way, because they know what you've built up. Yeah, your community don't deserve to hear that shit. What's going on there? Yeah, it's unfortunate that happened to you, but like, you know, if you spread bad words, it's a lot of bad vibes going on in your camp. I don't do that myself in my own community, even though I've let people know, you know, like, if you, and this is like a company or something, when they didn't pay me or something, I said to them, if you don't pay me like within this time, I'm actually gonna go to social media and I'm actually gonna do a post on you. So like, try me in it, because you'll find out. And within an hour they paid me instantly. Again, I knew that I have that as a bit of leverage, but I don't like to use that against people, because again, it's got nothing to do with my fucking community why I ain't being paid. That's my own business. And that I had to learn to keep separate and not try and mix them and allow them to be like, oh, I'm going to use this over someone. No, man, I'm just going to use the normal same tactics. I'm going to threaten you first and to ask you about it, because my money is due. And within what I do, a lot of the time, people like to hold back on your money for whatever reason, just due to like, it's the only leverage of power what they got over you. But having social clout over that situation sometimes quietens that down a lot. People don't like to talk when you say that to them. They just like to do it because they know that having that bad name about them, yeah, is just going to fuck up business for them. And it will. It will mess with your business. You allow someone to write a deep post on your LinkedIn or write something on your business Google page as like a business like myself, it will make people look at it, even though it's just one bad review. So yeah, I just be super mindful of that and allow people to understand that we have got the muscle to flex on you if we do need to flex on you, because I generally do use it just when it comes up to like payments and stuff like that, because I like to, but I understand that people have tried to hold that against me, and now I've got something to pull back and say, now you know what, I'll just post you online. I've told you I got like over 10,000 followers. I'll post you online. Don't play with me, innit? You told me he's going to pay me on this day. Do that, innit? Don't do anything else, because I've turned up and done what you've asked me to do, which is just the work. But now we're getting into my personal, so that money is personal to me, and it should have come to me at this day, and now you're telling me, oh, I'll have to pay you in 2 weeks time. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. I always allow them to know that shit don't work like that at all. Like, it's not gonna fly. I'm not one of those types of people you can do that with, because I work hard for my money, just like some of us do. And it's not on at the end of the day. That's one scenario which I definitely will use it as. And like social media clout, like I said, it's the currency of money nowadays, where people will look at your followers and they'll say, "Wow, rah, like, you're someone." You know what I mean? So there's some people that you've never heard of before that have got hundreds of thousands of followers online. Again, it doesn't make them a super influential person. It just makes them a person who's got those followers. Doesn't mean that they're interacting with them, because what I do as an individual, when I go on someone's page and I see like 100K, I'll go to the first video and I see how many comments there is. There's not like 2, 3, 1,000 comments. It's not a crazy page at the end of the day, but I guess the naked eye, when they see stuff like that, they're like, oh my God, this person's someone. Okay, cool. That's what you think. They got 13 comments on having 100K people follow them. That's not great. That's low engagement, as we call it on social. But the people where they get the most engagement from is when they do the wild, shocking shit. Like maybe when they go into a podcast and they say something wild. Like, I was going to play something what someone said on TikTok on my phone. And that was the reason for me actually really jumping on and making this video, because there was a weirdo boy that said something on a podcast, and basically he laughed about it on the podcast. But when you play back the situation, for any woman hearing that, it's fucking weird. And she was saying, why is he not cancelled now? And why he's not cancelled now is because people love to chat. They love the gossip. They love the shock factor that this happened. And oh my God, can you believe it? Yes, we can believe it. He just said it. He thinks that it was okay. But we're not CRB checking anyone, yeah, who comes online and shows their presence. People don't, run a little CRB check on them and see who they actually really are. They just accept that maybe this is a new person on the block and we're now all locked into this person. You know, you have to make it make sense. But most of those people who I'm talking about now, yeah, their content is not like substance driven. Their content is not about or not for the person who is clued up here. It's for the person that likes dumb, funny-ish, well, they call it funny content, which is just humorous content, right? But again, humorous content doesn't mean that they're going to lead to saying anything smart within any of their posts at any time. But it's just not their thing, innit? Their thing is to be a joke man, innit? Or a joke person. That's what their whole persona is about. And the more they play into it, the more people they get. It's just how it works, isn't it? And the fact of like a lot of different people becoming famous for different reasons, which when you think back to yourself, you think like, why are you popular again? Like, I'm not knocking anyone for being popular at the end of the day. Some might class me as popular for having X amount of followers, but at the moment, I'm not. So I don't really look at myself like that. I just look at myself as a normal person who happens to do some social to some degree, and I've got some experience of it as well. Again, I like to share it with people because, like I said, the W weird boys and girls which I've seen on social media, I mean, it's a peripheral, men and women. It's not just men themselves. Women do it as well. So the case for the men is, it's more worrying, isn't it? Because what a lot of men forget about social media is when they do go on platforms and stuff like that. Remember, women watch what you say, innit? If I've got a girlfriend, so I know that women watch closely most things what you say to a T, right? And if you heard what this person said, particularly is the reason why I made this video, it's just fucking wild. It's mad. It's crazy. But I guess a lot of those people that are tuned in or locked into his thing, yeah, they're there for the banter. They're there for the wild things, what you can say. You know, I'm just not brought up in a time where you could say that around your mum or say them types of things because it's just not cool, innit? It's just disrespectful. I get it. Everyone has a point in their life where they're just being a rebel, innit? When you're being a rebel, you don't really care what other people say or think about what you do. You just do what you're doing. And that's when you're young. You do that. And that's like should be a phase, you know, because you should grow up out of it. But some of those, I'm sure that person individually, he's got a child as well. So, you know, calling yourself young or a young boy now, that was a little while ago. Now you shouldn't be calling yourself a young boy. You should be looking at some of the things what you're doing. I get it that some people don't care what people say because you gotta kind of live your life for yourself, you know, and that's like the seesaw on this situation, which is some of those age groups of people who have become influencers, become B-list or C-list celebrities, or whatever you want to call them, yeah? They've grown up in their own time. They haven't grown up with the same rules as everybody else, which is like respecting people, like when you're in public, how to conduct yourself, you know? There's these types of things don't exist for them. It's all about the shock factor, and the shock factor is the reason why more people will talk about them. You know, it made me speak about this person today and not want to say his name because of the shock factor. The shock factor that people can say the things what they say and obviously not get cancelled, but also be unapologetic about it, because that's what the time what we're in right now is, the time where people feel unapologetic is the best style to be. I'm all up for being open and stuff like that, but you can't be wrong and strong, because in my head that just don't make no sense. But in other people's head, it's fine, you know, it doesn't bother them. They're not caring about this video. They're not caring about what someone says about them. If anything, if people are talking about them, it's only going to make them more popular, you know. And some brands and companies, they're not caring about aligning themselves with these types of people, because their views are their views at the end of the day, innit? It's only if you get to a certain point where the spotlight is on you fully, yeah, that's when the scrutiny will definitely come for most of these people. But until then, the threshold from there to there is so wide where you can make so much money, it doesn't really matter for them. They don't care. They'll probably make enough to be able to say that they'll be able to stop at a certain point or be financially comfortable as well from it. Because it's all about gain, isn't it? I think people don't realize that it's all about gain. And once you have that understanding that it's all about shock factor, clickbait, fame, and the likelihood of you being like amazed by what they're doing today. What we're doing today is this, that. Oh my God, what made you think to do that? Because it will shock you. That's why. And it always fucking works, isn't it? That's the beauty about their most of their things. It always works. So kudos to them to keep doing that and keep keeping people locked into their bullshit. Me, I feel that we're at a time in life where you should just be able to talk about some stuff, innit? And that's why I come online to try and talk and express the things which go on, but my view, but still without not trying to hot these people up too much, because they're going to be who they are going to be as well. And if I ever have to be in a room with them, I would not want to be there, but I'd be there, but I would just let them know, innit? Your thing is not for me, innit? How you do your thing is not for me. You couldn't talk to me, or we couldn't. Nah, we're not speaking like that, innit? So have some respect, innit? That's my thing, innit? But again, I want to know how other people feel about this situation, because there are a lot of people who are made famous or made very popular by the public and by the public only, and they can be the people that tend to fuck up or steer our next generation down the wrong route of the way of thinking, not having things set up, not being honest, and not kind of being transparent in it. But I guess when I say this and think to myself now, I'm saying it from someone who's a little bit more grown up. When I was younger, I was about this life where I was like, fuck it. Do you get it? So I didn't really care what people had to say. It's only when you get a little bit older, you start to really care and start to evaluate your own actions in it, because all actions have a consequence in it. And it might be the people around you, they might distance themselves from you. I distance myself from a lot of people in life now, not due to them getting fame or nothing like that, just due to me not liking their attitude. That's it, you know? Like, your attitude towards life ain't the same as mine, and the way you carry yourself ain't for me, innit? I ain't trying to make you change neither, so that's it. You know, we're grown now, innit? You can say hi and bye and keep it cordial. And you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section about this subject, about, do we make the wrong people famous? Do we make people and put them on a pedestal and hold them to high regards when you know they're just an arsehole? When you know they're just going to say some shit or do some stuff which is going to be inconsiderate of everybody else who lives in the real world of people being aware of other people and other things what they go on with. But I want you to let me know in the comment section below. I'm back doing my lives again, so I'd appreciate it if you lot start turning up, subscribing, liking, sharing, and I'll see you on the next upload. Let's get it.